Hey folks, what's going on? So I'm listening to NPR as I like to, or rather as I'm addicted to. And they're talking about how today how the U.S. is at the pretty much at the bottom of the list of developed countries for stuff like maternity leave and stuff. Tom Ashcroft's voice really irritates me because it's like I don't think he really cares. He's just getting paid, and I used to think that his program was useful, but it's empty. It's hollow. It's meaningless. He's just getting paid. You know, they just talk here. They just talk, and no one's doing anything. So that's how this starts. I had made a video yesterday, and then my power went out. One of those flickers where it goes out for a millisecond, but it crashes everything. And kind of took it as a sign because it was a bit caustic. You know, it was sometimes I'll make videos really completely off the cuff, and I said some things yesterday where I thought and I'll be thinking to myself as the video is uploading, who's this going to upset? So in a way it was like once it crashed I decided not to re-upload the video. Part of what I spoke about in that video was I had a return, not a return, but I gave someone their money back. They thought I had misrepresented. I hadn't. I straightened it out, you know, but it's just part of the business, you know. But the other things that I was talking about that I'd like to remember to share, it is nothing new. I just need to say it for my own sanity. Is the social scenario that I see in the world today is that the world is like a life raft on a large body of water. And the water has been kind of rough, and it's been breaking the raft up. And so, as a result of the raft falling apart, there's less room on the raft for people. And what I see as an analogy, I think that's the right word, in the world is that rather than people attempting to hold the raft together or to find ways to mend it, as the raft falls apart, people are literally kicking each other off. And that is what I see happening in the world. I see lip service. I see very little action. I see action on a grassroots level, person to person, people trying to do the right thing. I'm always talking about institutions, leaders, business, all out for self. The government is bought off. Corporations are people, and corporations get their way. So I was musing on that. I had started to show some records because someone on Facebook, AJ, wanted to see my Black Sabbath, and I kind of ranted there a little bit. And I put the records away, so I don't have the Black Sabbath to show, but I don't have anything special by Black Sabbath. I don't have any Vertigo pressings, nothing special. And I don't know, today's one of those days where I'm getting up and it's like, I just feel kind of fuzzy. And so I'm just going to drink this coffee and keep this video short. Kleemann, someone just bought the Kleemann. A reminder, I play bass on this. This is really good. You know, I could always use some business. Flyover is still going. And the other thing I talked about is that I'm going over in my head how to mount an IndieGoGo, because I can't afford to make another record. I want to make another record. I've got plenty of music to put on another record. But because basically my retirement is gone, and because I still don't want to try to get a part-time job, I'm just really living hand to mouth. So I was talking about how I need to formulate a plan to mount an IndieGoGo to raise money to put out the next record. That's what I kind of need to do, actually. So, a bit unfocused, a bit still kind of waking up. Watching the news, watching the world, feeling the air, feeling the atmosphere in the air. One other thing that I shared in the video that crashed that I will remember to share is that this last week I had a lot of contact with friends, close friends and family, people, and I go long periods. I mean, I can go years, months and years without seeing family members, people, and I'm just fine. And then it'll come time to reconnect, and this last week has been a time of reconnecting. Sunday, I reconnected with David and Sarah, who I at one time called my children. They're 28 and 25 now. Sarah has a 4-year-old daughter. She's unfortunately divorced. She had gotten married and divorced already. But I'll tell you what, when I get around the children, when I get around people, the little ones, and then last week I was with Maureen and her son and my goddaughter and Paul and his family, and when I'm around the children, playing with them and getting their energy and energy, I don't know about you guys, but I literally feel the energy that children give off, because it's still pretty pure. It's amazing, but that even doubles my concerns. I mean, or rather, it just makes my mind spin even further. It's like, what is it gonna be like? My little Stella is 4 now. What is this shit gonna look like when she is 18? And why do people? Why is it so popular to be in denial? Oh, everything's fine. Things are getting better. They're not getting better, people. How can you say that? Well, you can say that, I guess, if you live in the situation where your situation is getting better. But I live down here on ground zero, and I see what's going on. And being an artist, not working, I really see, what's going on. Not having money. When you have money, you can cushion yourself. You can cushion yourself from reality for a large part. I'm not doing that, and so that's why you hear me always talking this stuff. And the children bring it to mind. A couple videos ago, Dimebag Dave left a really tasteless joke, which I just groaned at, which was a pedophile joke, and I just let it go. But I can't joke about that stuff because I've suffered from it, and I'm one of the people who has wrestled to break that chain, to break that cycle that's in my family and in families of child abuse, physical and sexual. So I just have to go on record and saying that, hey, there's nothing funny about that. And it's not, I'm sure you know now, Dave, that we're friends, and so this is not a criticism. It's just, you left it there, and I think I need to talk about it, because the thing that I noticed in my last years of working in social work was the epidemic of child abuse and childhood sexual abuse. Children have the right to be sexual, but children are just routinely just abused, and just, that ain't cool. That's what pedophilia represents to me, is abuse, and I know it firsthand, and it's not okay, and I know that it's a huge problem, and I also know that it's the elite are, a lot of elite, and 1%, I'm gonna put y'all asses online. When you have the power and the control to do anything you want, many of you do whatever you want, and I understand that pedophilia is rampant and very popular amongst the super rich, which again points out to the nefarious nature of power and why things are so corrupt, because people are saying what they think you need to hear, and they're doing exactly what they want. You know, I guess I'm being kind of serious here and not talking music, but these were the things that were on my mind. I think now that I've thought about them more, I'm saying more specifically what it was I wanted to say, rather than just kind of bitch about, I don't know, I was going to bitch about something, but my main concern here is just the falsehood, the falseness of society. You know, everything is such a lie, and as long as the picture looks right, we don't do anything. And we keep talking about how we love our children, and yet we have this epidemic of abuse. And the other thing that's really bringing it home is how the mainstream is having to talk about this flood of unaccompanied children coming across the border. Can you imagine the hell that those kids are going through just trying to get here? And then imagine the hell that they're going through once they get here, trying to make it. What's the first thing that you have to sell?